As you all know, my back garden is severely cursed in the form that, uh, yeah, shitty cars spawn in it. You might have seen this one. I've made a video on it. It's coming. If it's not been there, it's coming. But yeah, this is probably the most cursed car that's been in my back garden. But we have a new award. The saddest car that's been in my back garden. The worst one was probably that Corsa B. The most cursed one is the Picasso, but the saddest one is a Mark IV Ford Fiesta. Now, I want to start by saying that this is not my car. It's not technically anyone's car now, but I've sold it, or well, I should say it. I've bought this for a friend of my mom, and her car was broken beyond repair. I tried fixing it, but it's just too much. And she said, well, buy me a new car. It can be anything as long as it's cheap. And this was cheap. I'll get to that later on. Now this is the Ford Fiesta Flare, which by my knowledge was the base model, or well, one up from CL maybe. Maybe you got metallic paint as standard, because this one does have metallic paint. A beautiful emerald green. It's gonna start to rain soon, so I'm gonna make this quick. Yeah. Now, this is a lady owner car. Last one had it since 2010. It's a 1997 1.3. It's as you might have seen, it's a 5-door, or well, it's kind of a Hyundai Veloster. You might know those 3-door Hyundais, because this door doesn't unlock. I need to look into that. Yeah, well, let's move on to the interior. It's not the cleanest, but, and I'll reveal the price now, for 400 quid I got this. That's not a bad deal in my opinion. It needs to go to the inspection, because that's Belgium. We don't have inspection that you can pass on to the next owner. It's, well, the absolute base model. It doesn't have a ref counter. I think this was put in afterwards, this radio, because it's quite old for a late 90s Ford. You know, these used to have the double-din units, but it has this. It has a 5-speed manual. What else would it have? It shifts really nicely, actually. The same steering wheel as a Ford Escort RS Cosworth. So, yeah, sporting degree. The last owner carried a lot of dogs in this car, and you can see that by, well, that's the windscreen wiper. I need to buy new ones of them. By the stainage on the seats. I'll try to get those out. I probably can get those out, but you never know. They might be permanent. Where are we gonna go next? Yes, the engine. Already open that up. I'll start it up for you guys.
Antwerpseweg, 129
you can see
Leopoldsburg.
The radio works with the local old people, the old people radio station. That's how you know it's from an old person when that starts playing. I'll start it up for you guys. Doesn't really show any lights on the dash when you start it, but as you can see, it starts fine. It revs really nicely, certainly for 400 quid. I'll turn it off for the engine review because, well, it's a bit loud, even though it's just a small little 1.3 Endura engine. Doesn't have the 1.25. I would have preferred that, but for 400 quid I can't complain, and neither should the next owner complain. It has had a new battery from 2019. Or well, in 2019 it had a new battery, I'll say it like that. It runs absolutely fine. It doesn't knock, it doesn't rattle, it doesn't smell, it doesn't blow smoke. It's fine. Yeah. The only real thing wrong with it is the state of the sills. Even though it's been repaired a bit badly, as you do with a cheap car. You repair it badly. I will spray over all of this before I go to the inspection, because some of that kind of paint is letting loose. I'll show it on the other side as well. As I said, my grandfather had one of these, and many other people that I know had one of these once. Normally they are up to here in rust, these wheel arches. This one is remarkably fine, even compared to that Corsa I had a few months ago. This is in a great shape. There's moss growing there. I still have to clean it, of course, but it isn't that weak that it's gonna break off, so that makes me happy. 4 tires from 2019, and that's probably what cost the most on this car, because, well, 400 quid, 4 tires, you must think it probably cost more than this car cost me, even though they are cheap little what are they called? Double coins. I never heard from that. Well, I'll show you the back seat. I have to move some shit out of the way, but still, for such a small car, the seat is all the way back, so maybe if I can grab the handle, I'll move. No, I won't move any of them. If the seat is completely forward, this isn't too bad. Headroom is quite little. Dogs have been added. Now I need to get out of this. Now you must think I'm nearly 1 meters 90 tall. So I don't sit good in those small little cars anyway. In the back, of course. There's nothing really much else to show on this. Well, this side, you see there's no bubbling on the top. There's a small bubble here, really insignificant, but this makes me worry a bit. I think we're gonna need to paint over this with some really good strong paint. Is there anything else? No, it's a base model. There's nothing to show. It even came with its original Ford service manual thing. I won't show all of this. That's the inspection paper. I can show a bit of that. No, I won't. Fiesta manual, the Fiesta service manual, or well, the Ford service manual from the 90s. That's, I'll edit that out. I'm sorry. You can see. There we go. I think it has done 87,000 original miles, because in 2009 it only had 33,000 kilometers, and now it's on 87. So I do believe that this is original mileage. Of course, the car pass will have to show me that, but I do believe it has original 87,000 original miles. Now, this fire extinguisher is in here because the other one had too much pressure on it, and I couldn't go through the inspection with that. I also need some new wiper blades for the inspection, but that's out of business. Now, even though I've only driven this for maybe 10 kilometers at most, this is quite a comfortable little car. Even compared to the Corsa. The Corsa seat, of course, is a bit out of whack. I don't know why that is, but it's a bit uncomfortable because you feel like you're sliding off the side. This doesn't have that. This has firm seats. Proper firm seats, a good back support, a good driving position even. I think this is not lowerable, but of course when you slide back you sit lower anyway. So yeah. What I also always liked about these Fords is, even without turning the key, you can see how much petrol is left in the tank. And there's, of course, some little cubby holes. This dash is really quite deep, even well, that surprises me because it also has an airbag in it, but it's so deep and far away you can put nothing on it here. But I kind of like that. I always had problems with space with my length, and I kind of like that it's so deep. It has some cup holders. It has a pen holder even, for those businessmen with their Fiesta flares. Ford Assistant stickers from the 90s. I really like that. Boom. That all still works even. It doesn't drop down or anything when driving. It doesn't rattle. It doesn't squeak. It's really fine. For 400 quid, this isn't a bad buy, I think. big ashtray, never been used, so I'm not gonna use it either. Look at this, never been used on a 400 euro car. I find that impressive. Yeah, base model, so I can't really show you anything else. Not that I'm creative enough to show you anything else. If anybody knows how to make this this light work, because it works, but the manual says put it in the middle position, but when I open the door then it doesn't turn on, and that's not with any door. So yeah, if anybody knows that, please put that in the comment section. Yes, there's nothing else. As I've said many times before, this is a base model, so I'm gonna clean it, then I'm gonna make a proper review. I'm gonna do a drive. I'm gonna go to the inspection, and then it'll be sold and it'll be gone from my garden. But I just wanted to show you it, how I exactly bought it, how dirty it is. I can't open the boot because I need to spray some WD-40 in the keyhole. That's something else I want to address. These Ford Kuhn keys, these kind of keys, these cylindrical keys, they do not feel nice upon using them, because, well, I'll put it back in. Look at that play. This doesn't do anything, but that play, it worries me. And also, I have to go outside for this one. Also, when I put it in the door keyhole, in the door lock, you see it doesn't stay in, it just flops out, and you have to find the exact position to lock it. And it doesn't make a click, it doesn't make a beep, it doesn't make anything. I find that annoying. And it doesn't even feel like it's unlocking. Yes. So, I'll clean this thing up. I'll get it to its new owner, because she has already paid for this. I only need to go to the inspection with it, and then she'll have a lot of happy miles, I hope. So thank you guys for watching, and until the next one, bye.